What up, people? What's good? It's me, L Teddy 27, Angry Teacher Chronicles, all that good stuff. And this is our review for the Have and the Have Nots, Season 7, Episode 5. So we start back with Kathryn and Wyatt in jail. They still going back and forward. Kathryn all distraught, apparently, because she thinks Jim is dead. Has she not forgotten this is the magical world of make-believe? The TP Studios. Anyway. They're going back and forward. She's telling him, oh, that's your father. Because Wyatt is like, child, I don't care about him. He dead. I shot him. Good. I'm glad. She's like, no, that's your dad. You shouldn't be saying that. Da 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 da. Child, Wyatt took me out. Wyatt took me out when he said, Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. Y'all forgive me. Y'all know I'm still getting over this flu. But y'all, Wyatt took me out, honey. Wyatt said Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. Ooh, child. They told her, bury him next to Amanda. We see how good of a job you did with her. Ooh, just a mess. Just a damn mess. Wyatt is the whole mess. And Kathryn, I guess she got tired of hearing him. She was like, oh, I need to remind you that your mother is a powerful woman. You don't feel her white privilege again. Wyatt say, sure you don't look too powerful up in here. You in here with me, you don't look too powerful. She going to come back with, well, those with power don't often look like they have it. Child, you sure don't look like you have it right now, Kathryn. Because, baby, they got you in jail. Jimmy cracked corn, and we don't care. That cracked me up. That cracked me up. Down to the hospital. David is talking to the doctor. Baby, I did not know. I don't know. I blacked out. I did not focus. I was doing something else. No idea what the doctor said to David, because I know that this is the magical world of make-believe. The TP Studios, meaning no matter what came out that doctor's mouth, at the end of it, it was going to say that Jim is fine. Child, make that shit make sense. Anyway, we'll get there in a moment. So, like, I refuse to pay attention to anything the doctor was saying. Celine then wants to, Celine refuses to leave until she sees Jim, because David tried to tell her to leave. She's like, no, I ain't going nowhere until I get to talk to Jim. So, y'all want me to believe that Celine been gone 4 or 5 seasons now, and magically now she's hard pressed to meet up with Jim in the hospital, when you know by working at the hospital, when somebody is, you can only see them if you're family or on the list. Make that make sense. But she's going to try and push her way in there today. But all these years, she ain't trying to push her way into the house where he lived to go see him. You ain't even try and do it when he was, remember when he was running for governor? He had a whole campaign office. She didn't even roll up in there. None of this. None of this. Y'all help me with this. Help me out now. Y'all help me out now. Child, a mess. Just a damn mess. Down in the basement or wherever Benny is at, the guy tells him, listen, you need to call your sister, your mama, whoever. Tell them I need my money. We need this money. Okay? Benny's still trying to maintain that Jim is dead. The man said, listen, he ain't dead. He is fine. He is okay. You need not worry about that. You need to be getting this money. So then we back at Hannah's house. Mitch and Candace come home. They tell her, no, we ain't found Benny. Yeah, we was at the script club. This, that, and the third. Benny calls. Hannah talks to Benny first. And I'm like, oh, here we go with the bullshit. Hannah talks to Benny first. Benny tells her, listen, I need to talk to Candace. It comes out that they're holding him and that they won't let him go until they get the money. Of course, I knew, and everyone knew, that once Hannah heard that part, that all of this was going to be blamed on Candace. All of it. I mean, I wrote here in my notes, I fully expect Hannah to blame Candace for all of this. We go to commercial break, come back, and just like clockwork, here we go down the Candace is your fault. You better do da 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 da. You better do this da 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 da. Has Hannah not in all of these years deduced that if she doesn't do right by by Candace, Benny's never going to be right? So every time she fuck off and don't do right by Candace, then something else happens to Benny. Even if that were not true, Benny is one of the dumbest characters on this show. Okay, so you know your son after all these years is prone to getting into some shit because he's just not that smart. But whatever, honey. I guess, honey. Some kind of way they said, listen, we all going to go see and talk to Jim about making this go away. Child, let's see how far that gets you. Back down to the hospital. David and Jeffrey are talking. Jeffrey reminds his dad that you know the police was looking for us. I need to go tell them everything that I know about what mom did or whatever. You know, he wants to go tell the police what really went down. David is like, no. And then Jeffrey is told by David that he should go spend the night at the Artesian because, you know, the house is messed up, you know, after the, shooting and everything. Madison offers to give Jeffrey a ride. Justin sees this and is jealous. David sees Justin getting jealous and goes up to Justin and threatens Justin and says, listen, fuck off if you want to. You thought my wife did something to you? Play with a real one. But, you know how Justin is. He don't, he dense. He real dense in the head, honey. So, Justin leaves. Jeffrey leaves with Madison. Charles, then we're back at Charles's place. Charles is coming in from a run. Jacked up rooster hair, Oliver done got a haircut. Child, I guess Tyler Perry was paying him in enough Burger King coupons to go get him a haircut, honey. Because he sure got that raggedy hair cut off. And then I figured that probably what happened was he ended up having to get a haircut because in one of their little sexual escapades, maybe Tyler pulled on his hair a little too hard and a little patch came out. And so he had to go get it cut down. I'm just saying. Anyway, Charles wants Landon back because Oliver is just not working out. At least until they can find Landon's replacement. So, he goes to get Landon. Landon comes in. Landon makes Charles and Oliver is dismissed. Landon makes Charles read this article about Candace, and the article is making Candace look sympathetic and make it look like she's been a victim of her, environment and a victim of circumstances, this, that, and the third. Charles then goes on, and so Charles was like, "Oh, so you did this article? Was this all you?" And he was like, "Yeah." So Oliver comes back in, and Oliver admits that he convinced convinced Charles to do away with Candace because it wouldn't be a good look. But then that's counter to what Landon is doing, which is trying to make Candace look sympathetic and as a victim, so that he can stay with Candace, and they are not on the same page. And Charles is upset that they're not working together if they're supposed to both be working for him. A mess. Oliver is dismissed again. Landon then tells Charles who really is responsible for this story getting out about Candace, the whole attorney general and the guy who works for the attorney general and whatnot, doing this because she robbed the attorney general. And he needed to tell him that so that the onus wouldn't be on him, because remember, Charles was still blaming him for all of this information getting out on Candace. So that was that. At the hospital, the doctor tells David that he can go see Jim now. Baby Celine tries to go see, says, "I need to go see him too." He said, "Who are you?" "Oh, I'm a friend." "You're what?" "Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. Bitch, weren't you over there, didn't I see you over there, putting the, bathroom being clean sign up and stopping me from going in the bathroom, the other day? Girl, weren't you over there emptying waste baskets over there, honey?" "Yeah, you work here, right? You work here, right?" "Girl, you know they don't work like this. Girl, you already know how this game goes. You want to go see him? Boo, even if you were on the list, baby, go see your supervisor because you work here. There's a protocol for that, honey." And no, boo. No means no, and yes means no. Go see your supervisor, and they'll explain it to you. Child, he ain't letting us see her. He is not letting Celine go see Jim. So David tells the doctor says, "You think we might need to get security for Jim?" He was like, "Yes." And then he was like, "And while you at it, see what you could do to get this hooker fired." Child, a mess. Celine, you just gonna leave well enough alone. You should have just went on home. Veronica already agreed to see you and talk to you and to work this out. I don't know why you decided, child, whatever. Today of all days, after all these years. Girl, boom. David then goes in and talks to Jim. They get caught up on everything. Kathryn ain't dead. She in jail for the murder of Jennifer Salison. So Jim is all up in sorts now because he knows the last thing they need right now is Kathryn in jail for the murder of Jennifer Salison. She ain't used to none of this. The bitch can't hold water because she's not used to not being a privileged white woman. So he's like, he tries to get up out the bed because he's really trying to get to Kathryn because he knows he got to do something about Kathryn because she about to be a leaky faucet. And so David is like, no, I got this. Y'all know David is his little do-boy or whatever. And this whole David do-boy for Jim, all these, it's getting, I don't like it. It's just, I don't like it no more. I can't take it anymore. Because this whole being a lapdog for Jim and this, that, and the third, just, it's worn me down. It's worn me down. Apparently, Jim already devised a plan in case of this with the Attorney General to have him take the case from the DA so it can be washed away. So he's trying to get the case taken from George to the DA because he got some friends in high places that can make it go away. Okay, so we back at the President-elect's compound. Girl, Landon and Oliver are going back and forth. Bitch, I just can't. I can't. with either of them. I cannot. I cannot. I can't. I can't take it. I can't take the back and forth between Landon and Oliver. Not anymore. I mean, it's like a bad Aaliyah song. Back and forth. Can't do it. George goes to go see Veronica. He tries to get her to talk about what she knows about the death of Jennifer Sallison. Child, this is a Veronica scene, which comes with a requisite amount of reading and belittling somebody. And you know what Veronica gives. And of course, she did the same thing with George. Told him she feel like some shrimp fried rice or whatever. Child, just ridiculous. Just redamn ridiculous. It just, Veronica, Veronica, Veronica. I really want them to not be so predictable with your character, okay? But whatever. This is Tyler Perry. Charles then meets with the senator again, Elvin from the Cosby Show. Child, they went on and on. And this was a very drawn out scene for no reason. All about how Charles loves Candace. And how she makes me feel. Oh, she did this. Oh, she's so good that. Oh, da 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 da. Oh. Girl. The senator was like, by no stretch of the imagination do you expect me to tell you to go be with that whore. But we know how this ends. He's going to be with her. Then we got Hannah. Oh, let me go back. I forgot. When we finally saw Jim in his hospital, this man had been shot at point blank range with a shotgun. Even though they claim it had quail bullets in there, meaning half rounds or whatever, there are no pellet wounds. You know what I'm saying? No scratches or nothing. Just a messed up shoulder that even when it was touched magically, oh, that don't hurt, I'm good. Because they have this magical juice that they make here in the TP studios that makes everything better. Tyler. So let me get this straight. You had Wyatt murder people at point blank range the end of last season. Magically, nobody's dead. Now, Jim was just being given the defibrillators and the paddles and shit and brought back to life from the brink of death because obviously he had flatlined. And from the looks of it, I don't even think they got a fucking IV in his arm. Maybe I missed it. Maybe he did. But when your ass is brought back from the brink of not breathing, no brain function. See, what usually happens at that point is once the brain stops functioning, other body parts stop functioning too. And so most people, when they're brought back to life like that, they have to be on respirators. They have to be on all types of machines to kind of help keep them alive, at least for the immediacy afterwards. They don't even let you go see them. They're usually in ICU. Where I see, this doesn't look like the ICU, but that's just me. He don't look like he need the help of nothing. What kind of magic juice y'all got going on at the TP studio? Y'all make it make sense for me. My nurses that are in them, not fellow nurses, but those nurses and doctors that are watching this, please tell me I'm wrong. Make me make sense of this, because y'all might need to help me make sense of all of this. Ciao. Finally, Hannah, Candace, and Mitch go to see Jim. The security is at the door. Mitch took care of that with his with his grandma name, child. I guess, honey. You know, I guess we're just gonna forget the part that Mitch, for all these years, never claimed who he was, and then when we did find out who he was, kept saying, "Oh, I'm never gonna use my name to try and get me anything." But now it's just a complete 180, and he's just throwing it out at the drop of a dime. Child, whatever. Jim, they try to get Jim to talk. Mind you, Candace is busting in there, slapping this man around. I told you I never bought this a whole menacing Candace thing, but whatever. Jim tries to get Candace to get mad at Hannah again by saying, yeah, you want to talk about my son murdering me. What about the fact that your son done got murdered? What about the fact that your mammy ain't got a scratch on her, but magically your son got all the bullets and your mammy ain't got not one bullet? How does that happen? Child. My child, whatever. Anyway. Jim then calls the guy in the basement and tells him to kill Benny. And that's where it goes off. Because Jim is like, child, I ain't got time to play with y'all. Kill him. And it goes off. But this is the Maryland of Make-Believe. TP Studios. So y'all know Benny ain't gonna die. Child. And that was the Have and the Have Nots, Season 7, Episode 5. God help us all. God help us all. And we'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.